On May 1, 2025, as China basked in the festive atmosphere of International Labor Day, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, dropped a bombshell. Two Hollywood-style videos, each just 3 minutes long, but powerful enough to shake the foundations of Zhongnanhai, the heart of Chinese political power. These videos weren't aimed at the firewall-scaling masses or the traitors stirring up trouble on social media. No, the CIA had its sights set on the elite, those sitting in secretive Beijing meeting rooms, the high-ranking officials and their loyal secretaries, the unsung cogs keeping the Chinese Communist Party CCP machine running. This isn't your average job ad. So what's the real significance behind this move? Join us as we unravel the secrets hidden in these videos today. And as always, to help spread the truth further and prevent CCP bot, please give us a like and subscribe if you find this video valuable. Thank you. A Hollywood script in the heart of Beijing. Picture yourself as a senior CCP official, seated in a lavish office with a polished rosewood desk and a calligraphy scroll adorning the wall. Your phone buzzes, a rare telegram notification, something you seldom use openly. Curiosity piqued, you open it, and a video begins. A deep, warm voice in Mandarin fills the air, not the stilted tone of a foreigner, but as familiar as a colleague's. The visuals are shadowy. Darkness envelops the scene, an empty desk looms, and the silhouette of a man vanishes behind a door. I've watched those above me fall, and now I see how fragile my own fate is, the voice whispers. My greatest fear is that my family's future is tied to mine. I need a backup plan. The second video is even bolder. It targets the secretaries, the unsung workers who handle errands, draft reports, and bear the brunt of their boss's mistakes. They hold the most secrets, yet their paths to advancement are shrouded in fog. Our leaders have failed to deliver on their promises of prosperity, the voice declares, like a confidant sharing secrets in the dead of night. You toil your whole life, only to prop up someone else's success. Heaven helps those who help themselves. Your destiny is in your hands. Both videos end with a call to action. Gentle yet sharp as a blade, seize your own fate. These films are no accident, crafted with meticulous care by the sharpest minds at Langley, Virginia, CIA headquarters. Every image, note of music, and spoken word is designed to slip past defenses and plant seeds of doubt in the minds of the seemingly loyal. CIA Director John Ratcliffe, in an interview with Fox News, didn't mince words. One of the CIA's core missions is to gather intelligence. We do that by recruiting agents who can help us steal secrets. But this isn't just about pilfering classified documents. It's a psychological war where the real target isn't information, it's trust itself. Striking at the deepest fears. To grasp why the CIA chose this approach, consider the broader landscape of the CCP's political arena. In this system, nothing is more certain than uncertainty. One day, you're a rising star, lauded by party newspapers as virtuous and talented. The next, you're summoned for tea by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection and vanish from sight. Take the case of former Foreign Minister Qin Gang. In June 2023, Qin, one of the CCP's brightest young faces, abruptly disappeared from key diplomatic events. Rumors swirled of an investigation into his lifestyle issues, a euphemism for corruption or personal scandals. Weeks later, he was sacked without explanation, leaving a power vacuum and unanswered questions. Qin's fall didn't just shock observers, it sent a chilling message to his peers. No one is safe, not even the brightest stars. Such cases are far from rare. Rumors of General He Weidong, the military's third-in-command, being detained in 2024, or big tigers like former defense ministers Li Shangfu and Wei Fenghe being expelled for corruption reinforce a stark truth. In the CCP, power comes with peril. The CIA knows that in a system where anyone can fall, fear is the ultimate weapon. Senior officials keenly feel the fragility of their positions. If you tumble tomorrow, what happens to your family? It's a question every CCP official has pondered in silence, yet few dare answer. An unprecedented psychological strike. Former CIA China analyst Dennis Wilder called these videos unprecedented in the agency's history of recruitment campaigns targeting China. What makes them unique? It's not their existence, but their design. The CIA meticulously studied the culture and psyche of the CCP's political elite, using familiar language and imagery to dismantle psychological defenses. The videos sidestep alien concepts like democracy or freedom, instead borrowing the CCP's own lexicon: diligent effort, life's purpose. More cleverly, the CIA undermines the bedrock of the CCP system: loyalty. The videos don't just sow doubt about personal safety, they pose a piercing question: does loving your country mean loving the party? This revolutionary idea is delivered subtly, almost imperceptibly. By separating patriotism from party allegiance, the CIA invites viewers to rethink their motives. Serving the nation doesn't have to mean one path, it whispers, a notion that could shatter the ideological walls the CCP has built over decades. It's a quiet nudge. You can love your country in a way that keeps your family safe. The CIA isn't expecting officials to immediately dial Langley's hotline. They're playing a long game, planting seeds of doubt in the minds of those within the system. These seeds may lie dormant for years, but a single spark, a purge, a betrayal, could make them sprout. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Hold on, don't think the CIA pulled this bold move out of thin air. As the old saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Behind those slick videos lies a grim reality. For decades, the CCP has orchestrated cunning intelligence schemes targeting the US and the West, most notably through a plan grandly dubbed the Red Women's Army. It sounds like a Hollywood spy thriller, but the truth is wilder than fiction. This strategy involves training beautiful women to seduce foreign targets through romantic relationships, ranging from fleeting flings to legal marriages, to gather intelligence or manipulate key figures. Rewind to the 1980s, when the CCP opened China's doors to the world. To meet the intelligence demands of reform and opening, the Ministry of State Security scoured elite Beijing universities, especially foreign language institutes, to recruit young women with clean political backgrounds. Many were children of officials, trained to become alluring operatives for overseas missions. Once enlisted in the Red Women's Army, they were bound for life. No escape. According to commentator Du Zheng in Taiwan's Up Media, this wasn't a haphazard operation, but a meticulously planned strategy involving not just the ministry, but also military intelligence, the Foreign Ministry, and the United Front Work Department. And don't assume this was limited to polished spies. Over the past 2 decades, the plan has grown dirtier, with participants ranging from trained operatives to, shockingly, prostitutes. A director at a major Chinese private conglomerate revealed their firm had an all-female PR team tasked with special missions, seducing high-ranking officials to advance business interests. Even Xu Jiayin, the tycoon behind Evergrande, fielded a troupe of glamorous dancers who did more than perform. They served powerful targets. The CCP's reach extends far beyond China. They've laid honey traps worldwide, ensnaring everyone from low-level staff to influential politicians. Take Christine Fang, a Chinese student in California in the early 2010s, who cozied up to multiple U.S. politicians, including then-Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell, later a member of the House Intelligence Committee. When the FBI took notice, Fang fled to China. Or consider Shi Rom, a Xinhua news reporter in Toronto, whose romance with Canadian MP Bob Dechert in 2011 led to his public apology before she was abruptly recalled. In Japan, a 2017 Shukan Taishu report estimated 50,000 Chinese spies were active, with 70% of foreign wives of Japan's self-defense forces members being Chinese, many suspected of working as operatives in karaoke bars or supermarkets near military bases. These aren't just juicy anecdotes, they reveal a sophisticated intelligence network where the CCP wields sexual entrapment as a strategic weapon. Free trips to China for foreign guests? Think twice. Many have been secretly filmed in compromising situations, only to be blackmailed back home. These schemes prompted the U.S. to reinstate a Cold War-era ban on government personnel in China dating Chinese citizens, a measure once used against the Soviets. Du Zheng calls this a sign of a new Cold War, with the CCP seen as a boundless threat, vile and cunning beyond imagination. So, when the CIA launched its recruitment videos, they weren't playing a solo game. This was a counterstrike in a covert intelligence war raging for decades. If the CCP has no qualms setting honey traps from Washington to Tokyo, the CIA isn't shy about knocking on Zhongnanhai's door, beckoning the wavering to reconsider their allegiance. A wobbling China? To understand why the CIA picked this moment to release these videos, Look at the broader picture of China in 2025. The economy is faltering, growth is sluggish, local government debt is skyrocketing, and youth unemployment is at record highs. The once booming property market is now a ticking time bomb. Meanwhile, foreign investors are pulling out, and internal power struggles are suffocating Chinese society like never before. In this climate, the loyalty of CCP officials and cadres is no longer a given. President Xi Jinping's anti-corruption campaign, touted as swatting tigers and flies, has bred an atmosphere of paranoia. In 2023, the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection investigated over 40 senior officials, disciplining 30. Even retirees can't land safely. Officials live in constant dread, wondering, am I next? The CIA seized this moment to strike at the CCP's weakest link, internal trust. As former U.S. Defense Secretary Robert Gates once said, "We don't need to defeat the CCP, we need it to doubt itself." The videos aren't meant to topple the regime, but to erode it from within, sowing suspicion among colleagues, leaders, and subordinates. A distrustful system will crumble under its own infighting. The 2012 case of Wang Lijun, Bo Xilai's trusted aide who fled to the U.S. consulate in Chengdu, shows how quickly a political star can fall. Recent purges in the military targeting figures like Miao Hua and He Weidong only deepen fears of internal cracks. Beijing will likely respond by tightening control, ramping up loyalty checks, especially for secretaries and officials with overseas ties. New laws, like disloyalty or ideological laxity offenses, may emerge to deter waverers. But these are band-aid fixes. The tighter the grip, the more stifled officials feel, and the more fertile the ground for the CIA's seeds of doubt to sprout. A battle of minds? The CIA's move isn't just a recruitment drive, it's a calculated step in a global war of perception. In the 21st century, wars aren't fought only on battlefields, but in the minds of people. A single video, phrase, or image can trigger a domino effect more powerful than an army. The Soviet Union didn't fall to bombs, but to information and doubt. East Germany wasn't invaded, it was betrayed by those closest to power. The CIA knows that to counter a formidable rival like the CCP, dubbed by Director Ratcliffe as America's greatest strategic adversary, they must strike at the system's core, trust. This campaign also signals a shift in CIA tactics. Gone is the sole focus on traditional espionage. Now, they're embracing high-tech psychological warfare. By openly posting the videos on YouTube, Instagram, and X, they're playing their hand in plain sight. Even more daring, Mandarin language instructions for contacting the CIA via the dark web have reached millions, proving they believe China's Great Firewall isn't impenetrable. Will it work? That depends on what success means. If the goal is to flip a few senior officials, the CIA may have a long wait. But if it's about sowing unease and mistrust within the CCP, they're already winning. Every official who watches and wonders, should I have a backup plan, is a small victory. Every secretary doubting their leader is a crack in the red wall. The CIA-CCP showdown isn't a short-term skirmish. It's a long chess game with every move carefully planned. These videos, with their shadowy visuals and soothing voices, aren't just recruitment pitches. They're a deeper challenge. Look within. Who are you truly loyal to? For those in Zhongnanhai, this question is scarier than any external threat. In a world where information is a weapon, the CIA has fired a shot at the CCP's heart. It's quiet, smokeless, but its echo reverberates through Beijing's halls of power. In the stillness of night, when lights are off and phones are silent, someone might replay that video and wonder, who truly holds my fate? What do you think of the CIA's videos? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.